Freedom. It's a word everyone loves. Everyone wants to be free from the world of you have to. You have to work hard to find a nice job and save as much money as possible for your future. You have to find your perfect mate before you get more old. You have to learn how to cook, how to dress properly, how to grow your network. I was very lucky enough to visit those quiet spaces of mine for around 2 years. I was mentally free, and I found a whole new myself during that precious times. But ironically, I stayed in the place where it's hard to imagine freedom, the army. I was lucky. My role required very little work and lots of personal free time. A life in the army was felt like to me as a life you get after retirement from the good company, because you don't need to waste your energy on thinking what to eat or what to dress or who to make friends with or how to find perfect girls. Girls only exist in TV. So it got me completely free from all the life baggage that chokes us. And I've learned so much valuable life lessons, and today I want to share with you the one thing that's completely changed my attitude: simplicity. Simplicity is the single most powerful word that touches everything. You want to boost creativity, you want to boost productivity, you want to clear your thinking and become goal-oriented, you want to touch millions with your words. Have you ever stressed about what to wear or saving money? Like many of you, I'm on a journey looking for an answer, but I know simplicity is the one word that touches everything, and it sits at the core of solution. And it's also the core value of the minimalism movement in arts and lifestyle. Now, back in the story when I was in the army, I had the least stuff you can ever imagine. I lived in the shittest looking building, no personal smartphone or computer. I had so little that I can put all my items in 1 square meter cabinet. With 1 military backpack, you're ready to go everywhere. I wondered, how much freedom can I put in a bag? But I didn't have a chance to go out and try it out, but I lived a life with the minimum stuff that can be fit in a bag. And I was so amazed how happy I can be and become so clear with my life. And Jason Silva brought up this idea he read in the article. Sometimes freedom means less choice. He said, sometimes we get anxieties from too many options. How many times have you opened Netflix feed and you got all the shows, you want everything at the same time, but at the end you choose none of them? The experiment in psychology also presents an interesting story in dating. The group A, with many options of choice over dating partner, reported way less satisfaction in dating than the group B, with significantly less options of choice over dating partner. Part of the reason is like, this could have been better if I chose that one. There are many other examples that tells we get anxieties from too much freedom of choice. Sometimes freedom means less choice. I want people to flip the switch in their mind and kind of look at less choice, less freedom, limitation, and constraints as a best chance to increase creativity, best chance to pierce through the core meaning. We get more meanings and more creativities when we're forced to limit freedom of choice. Think of the moment when constraints becomes creative constraints. Twitter, 280 character limit. Instagram, limited freedom of posting with just 1 square size photo. Now it doesn't anymore because of Facebook, it sucks. Snapchat, video message that doesn't even let you play it twice. It's what made them so successful. They're well acquainted with creativity. Why? Because the backdrop to less freedom is simplicity. I personally perform best when I sort of downgrade one's function, whether it's phone, camera, language, the thinking process, or whatever. Back when I was in high school, I loved photography. I had a camera which cost about $10,000 with all the lens and equipment. The image quality was amazing. And one day, I saw this amazing photographs of 2012 London Olympic. I'd never seen those beautiful images in Olympic, never. And I found out those were taken by photojournalist Dan Chung from The Guardian. And the images were actually shot on iPhone 4S. What a surprise! I loved his philosophy, so I just gave it a try to see if it works. And from that moment, I took most images with iPhone, and I learned so much great lessons. Good photography is not about how clear the image is, but it's about the story. When you shot with an iPhone, you can't control most part. You have limited options in exposure, ISO, lenses, shutter speed, but what you can control is composition. Because you have no options to consider. You're forced to focus on composition, what to include or what to not. Your image becomes crystal clear with perfect frame. Most of my favorite creative shots were all shot on iPhone. You know, this less is more concept is applied everywhere in Army. When you're writing, instead of writing first draft on computer, downgrade it and write them on a paper with pen. The tool that Steve Jobs used to organize his ideas and plans was not the phone or the computer. It was pen and paper. Instead of having free internet access on your personal laptop, downgrade it and have 30 minutes internet access on the public computer. Instead of texting on the phone, downgrade it and why not engage in conversation with real people around you? Instead of learning all the jargons in your language, downgrade it and why not master the power of simple language? College one's essay is no longer than a single page, said William Zinsser. Most problems are there not because we have less, but because we have too many. Robbie Hyman famously said, happiness is not having what you want, it's wanting what you have. Stop wanting something new. Stop thinking you need more to start. Use what you have. You are the question. You are the answer. You need an answer for your problem. Guess what? You may already have your answer. We already know the answer. In most circumstances, we're asking a device not to really learn something new, but to hear what I'm thinking from you. In doing so, we give weight on our very own inner voice. We get approvals on ourselves. I hear my answer from you, and therefore I confirm myself. You might have had this experience where you feel so aroused by reading this self-development book. You learn lessons and you write everything down on your note. And the next day, you look at your note and says, that's what I was thinking. He's thinking the same as me. That's why self-development book sounds so cliche, because you already know the answers. We are the question. We are the answer. We are everything. Believe in yourself. This should never be sound so cliche anymore. Less is more.